Hey guys, welcome back to iSuperNivi, and today I'm going to be making an eggless chocolate chip simple easy cake. So yeah, let's get on to the video. So the ingredients are chocolate chips, obviously. You'll be needing some yogurt or curd, plain yogurt, some milk, any milk will work. Any oil will work. I'm just using some peanut oil. You can use vegetable oil, whatever. You're going to be needing some flour. And you'll be needing some sugar. Some baking soda. Some baking powder. Vanilla extract, vanilla flavor. Let's get started. So the first thing you'll need is like any baking tray. You can use those bread ones that are like this half one. I'm just using this square one. So then what you need is you need some butter to grease the pan so the cake batter doesn't get all over and it should not stick. Get some butter. That's all we need. Perfecto. So then, put this aside. So then we just take our hands and grease it and kind of like rub the butter all over the pan. Even on the sides and corners are really important because the cake rises. So then on the sides you need it is because it's gonna stick on the sides if you don't. So then keep rubbing it until all the butter is gone. Melted, basically, greased. Oh, so you guys can see all the butter is gone. So then, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and wash my hands. So then, you can set this aside. So then, you will need a big bowl. Into that, you will add 1/3 cup of oil. Any oil will work for this. There we go. And then what you will do is add 1/2 cup of yogurt or curd. Same thing. This is really heavy. Woo. You guys can see the yogurt. So add 1/2 cup of that. There we go. Just add that to your mixture, to the oil mixture. You take your rubber spatula and you will just mix that around until it's all combined and there's no oil on the sides and it should be white and there should not be any spots. So it's all combined. So yeah, it's fully combined now. So then you will need a sifter. Into the sifter, you will add 1 1/4 cup of flour. Good grab flour. There. Ooh. Remember, it's not just 1/4 cup or 1 cup. 1 1/4 cup. Just gotta add a little bit more. It's because it was not fully a cup. So then I'm gonna use my 4th cup right over here. Voila, done. Set that aside. So then to your flour, you're gonna add 2/3 cup of sugar. You can add powdered sugar, but I'm just going to use regular sugar. 2/3 cups. Not fully. Just going to add a little bit more because that was not fully. 1/4 cup. I'm gonna scrape inside because we use this cup for oil, then the sugar is sticking to the oil. That's okay. Set this aside. Again, I'm gonna go wash my hands. Then what you will do is add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 teaspoon. I have my 1 teaspoon here. And I'm gonna grab my baking powder. Oh, that's a little too much. 1 teaspoon, right in. Then you will need 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. So 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Here's my baking soda right here. Add that in. There we go. You'll sift your ingredients. You sift your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients. And what you'll do is take your rubber spatula and do the cut and fold method stir. If you don't know what that is, it's basically you're gonna circle around your batter and then you're gonna chop it in half, like cut it. Keep repeating that process until it's all combined. And your batter is gonna get pretty tough. It's not gonna be a batter right now. It's because it's gonna get a little thick. It's gonna kind of look like cookie dough. Think about it. As you can see, it's not like really thick batter. It's really thick. Super thick. Gets a little tough. Once it's all combined, just stir it a little bit more so you can get all of stuff incorporated really nicely. So you guys can see it's not a batter, it's just like a cookie dough. Super tough, especially get the bottom because the bottom has a lot of the dry ingredients in the wet. Okay, it's done. You guys can see. So then add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract or essence. So I have the vanilla flavor essence, some vanilla extract. So it's 1/2 teaspoon. If you put the vanilla extract in the lid, it's about 1/2 teaspoon. So that's what I'm gonna do. And be careful, guys, this pours out really fast. 1/4 cup of milk. So I have my milk here. 1/4 cup. But don't add the whole second. So I'm gonna pour my milk in. Might need a little help though. Okay, I did it. Try not to spill the milk. So then add a little bit to your mixture. Only a little bit. Don't add the whole thing. Add a little bit. And then take your rubber spatula and do the cut and fold method again. Again, if you don't do this, if you actually don't do this, you'll have a lot of lumps in your cake and it will taste bad. So it's really important to do cut and fold method. And you'll see, guys, it's gonna start getting thinner. Just add a little bit more of your milk. The reason why you have to add a little bit at a time, it's because sometimes your batter is more thick than usual, or sometimes it's less thick. So if you add too much liquid in your batter, it's actually not gonna it's just gonna be too liquidy of a cake. You guys can see the bottom. I need to get inside. Okay, you guys can see it's not fully, when you know it's ready, it's gonna run down like smoothly. It's not gonna bounce like what's doing right now. So I'm gonna add the rest of my milk. Now it's gonna splash a little bit, but getting really thin, which is good. Whew. Need some muscles to do this. It's a little tough. Whew. Okay, so I think it's fully mixed in. I'm gonna give it one last mix. There we go. So you guys can see it's running and flowing really nicely. Look at that. So it's perfect cake batter. So then, what's not a chocolate chip cake without chocolate chips? It's my chocolate chips. So there's no measurements for this. Obviously, who doesn't like chocolate? I love adding a lot of chocolate to my cake. So what I do is I add like a handful, add another handful. And then you don't need to do the cut and fold method with this. You're not stirring anything in. You're just kind of getting batter over the chocolate. So then, just gonna add a little bit more. Cause yeah, who doesn't like chocolate? You kind of have to do this step a little quick, but you don't have to rush like crazy rush. You do have to do it like a little quicker than the other ones because the chocolate chips will sink. And it'll go down to the bottom. But yeah. So then I'm gonna move everything aside because I have my pan here as well. You're gonna go preheat the oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. So my dad's gonna go ahead and do that. So guys, so now we're gonna put the batter in our greased pan. So we already have the oven preheated to 300 degrees for 20 minutes. My dad's gonna give me a little hand. And it's important to put it in like one spot, which is the middle, because if you put it in the corner, it obviously not gonna spread really well. If you put it in like, if you keep going like side to side, it's just not gonna spread evenly. It's not gonna be good. Just add that in. There. So we're done adding it. So leave that aside. And now what you're gonna do is like kind of spread it. It should be everywhere, like in that corner. It's not all the way spread. There we go. So then, more chocolate. I just like adding more chocolate on top everywhere. There's no way there can be too much chocolate. Okay, that's probably enough. Add a little bit more. There. So my oven is preheated, and so what I'm gonna do is put this in the oven. But first, I'm gonna wear my gloves. So I'm gonna put my gloves on. This part's a little dangerous, so you can't have your parents put it in the oven. So yeah, I'm gonna put this in the oven. It's very hot. So I put it in the oven. That was a little scary because it's made sizzling noises. But yeah. So what we're gonna do is wait for 20 minutes for that to cook, but you can always like wait a little less or a little more, depending if it's golden brown. Keyword, golden brown. So guys, I'm done. So yeah, I'm gonna take it out of the oven and put it on my little cooler. Again, you might need adult supervision for this as well. down the cooler. Ow, that was a little hot. So I'm gonna get my gloves off. Put that aside, and here's the cake. I'm not gonna be touching it right now. So it looks nice and golden brown as it's supposed to be. And yeah, it's on this little cooler. I recommend like a cooler that has like little, like, it's kind of has holes in them because the air goes in the bottom and it kind of circulates. So it actually kind of cools off, and we're gonna let this cool off. And yeah, we're gonna let this cool because we don't want to touch it because it's really hot right now. So yeah, we'll see you guys in a little bit. So guys, the cake has cooled down. You guys can see, like, I can hold it without burning myself. So yeah, so it's cooled down. It's nice and airy. You guys can see it's really puffy and the chocolate has melted. So yeah, we're gonna put this on this big plate. We're gonna put the cake on the big plate. I might need some help, but wait, this one. I'm gonna do it this. And I'm gonna flip the cake over so you can see the chocolate chips the way it's gonna. It should come out really easily. Should come out. It's really warm on the bottom. Sometimes you just need to hit it. There, you see that? Pop. Look at that. So you guys can see it's really airy. I'm gonna flip it over. This is the scary part. I did it actually. It's not pretty hard. You guys can see the crunchy part. And comment down below if you like the crunchy or chewy part. I'm a fan of a chewy part. I like chewy. My dad likes the crunchy part, and my mom likes the crunchy part. So the whole thing I have. But my mom and dad still like the chewy part. Sorry. So what I'm gonna do, I have a knife. I'm gonna cut it and eat it. I think it's ready to get out. Oh, there we go. Got it out. As you guys can see, it's very airy and nice inside. It smells good. Good, try it. It's really good. So if you're a crunchy fan, if you like crunchy cakes, you can leave it in the oven for a little bit longer. I like this way, but you can leave it a little bit longer if you want, if you're a crunchy fan. But I'm a chewy fan, but don't leave it too long in the oven, otherwise it's not gonna taste good. So it's really good, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, subscribe and press that like button. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!